So what I've got here is a 5th gen Alexa, which I've opened up. There's the base of it. That's the lid of it. You'll recognize that. I've also opened the power supply. I've had it on 60 volts, which does power it up. So that's what that looks like. There's quite a lot going on here. It's a well-made power supply. Here's your input bridge. Here's your controller chip. And there's a big pad over there for the heat sinking, so the switch is actually built into that controller. I certainly had a big fight to get this open. It was pretty well welded shut, and I managed to open it without damaging it, so it still works. Now in the body of the device we got some interesting stuff. This is the keypad and microphone module. So on the back over there, it's actually got 4 microphones, and that's what listens to you when you're doing the speaking. And that is a Texas Instruments ADC 5140, which is a 4-channel analog to digital sampler for these 4 microphones. That's why she has such good ears. So the sound actually comes through the PC board through these holes into these surface mount microphones over here. That's quite something. On the back there's the tactile switches like that. So they're not contact pads, they're actual tactile buttons. It's well made, very well made. This over here fits over it and actuates the tactile buttons. So this part, the round part is against the shell over here, like so, and then those areas push on these tactile switches over here. Now interestingly, it's got this big aluminium casting inside it, and that is the speaker chamber, and then the top is bonded to it, so that's plastic. And there's your speaker, which comes out like that. There's your chamber, which is basically sealed. Oh, there's the rubber gasket. So that is what provides Alexa with her great sound and voice. There's this nice speaker setup over here. Very nice casting over there. It's beautifully made. And on the bottom there's your audio and power connections, and over here around the edge your RGB LED chips, and there's some of the electronics over here. I think that's probably the Wi-Fi over there. So I'll take it off like so. So I just put 2 of the screws back. Set that aside. So it makes contact with the speaker via those 2 connections over there. There's the 2 spring contacts over there. And then inside here there's more stuff. I think that's where all the thoughts happen. You can clearly see the power connector and the audio. Pretty sophisticated. They're very, very well made. That's for sure. It was worth taking apart to see what's inside. There's nothing wrong with it. This is a teardown video. I took it apart so that I could satisfy my curiosity and so that I could show you guys what's going on inside one of these devices. And that is four screws that holds that in. And then the lid fits over like that. So there's your opening. It goes in like that. And the rest of the clamshell closes up like that. Like so. Try that way. There we go. And it becomes this ball. Just like that. Very, very nicely made. Aesthetically pleasing. So on this power supply you've got the two class Y decoupling capacitors over there. Then you can see there's your two mains inputs. So from there go to the class Y. On the other side goes to the DC side, and it does pass some current. I did notice that this barrel connector over here, if one touches it while this is plugged in, provides a little bit of a tingle, which is probably not enough to be destructive to the human, but I found it unpleasant to experience. It bites. So that was one of the motivations for cracking the case on this power supply. And it still works. I did have it powered up off 60 volts and the whole thing came to life. In this country the main supply is 230 volts to here. And decent power supply. Nicely mounted transformer. What appears to be good separation. What's also noticeable here, all single-sided. That's quite an achievement. The whole thing, single-sided. Pretty amazing. Don't see a lot of that these days. All this complexity, done single-sided. Wow, that's quite a feat. There's your input inductor, smoothing caps, more inductors. There's your fuse over there. Now there's certainly been some work that has gone into this. Even fitted a plug over here for the DC side. Lovely. And the output from this is 12 volts. So one could, if one wanted portability or operation without mains, provide it with 12 volts from batteries. Quite doable. I'm not sure how much regulation one would need for it. But I think that the 12 volts out of 3 18650s would probably run this pretty well. And there you have it. I'll have to at some stage put this back together. And I'll have to 3D print an enclosure for this. Of course, the original one's in lots of pieces. But yeah, fascinating. And I hope you enjoyed this teardown and seeing the engineering that went into this product and what makes them pretty decent. So that's it. And of course, as you can see, we've got the kit here with lots of various size bits. They are, I think, the 6 or 5 point Torx bits, but you need the tiny ones. So you need a laptop repair kit to open this, because they're all the tiny little bits, very, very tiny, that hold this in together. Anyhow, we can stop waffling now. We've spoken enough. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here, watching this video, enjoying the teardown of what's inside this product. It's certainly well made, very, very well made. Some excellent engineering went into this. So, have an awesome day further. Take care. I'll see you next time for more awesome stuff. Alrighty, bye.